Another episode of The Brutal Truth. I know June just might be the month I make enemies. I don't know, we'll see. So if you like this channel, hit subscribe. If you haven't liked the video, if you like it at the end, like it. If you hate it, hate it. Okay, who does the lender work for? I love this one. Okay, so here's the thing. The lender's supposed to work for you. That's the real thing. And if there's lenders watching this, then you're like, wait, what? Guys, you're supposed to work for the client's best interest. And sometimes people are like, well, I do. Okay, cool. Let's talk about that. If the real estate agent is referring the lender to you, 9 out of 10 times that real estate agent and that lender have a relationship, of course, and that lender works for the real estate agent. Yeah. And you may go, well, what do you mean? They're not doing the real estate agent's loan. No, but who's their source of business? Who is feeding that lender? Who is keeping that lender in business every day? Is it you? No, it's the real estate agent that sends them clients. You are the client, okay? So here's the thing. If push comes to shove, when you're in a transaction, right? And you are like, oh, there's something weird with the house. I don't think I should get it. And the real estate agent's like, you should get it. What is the lender going to do? The lender doesn't work for you. The lender works for the real estate agent. So unless the lender can't do the loan because the property is unfinanceable, the lender is going to side with the real estate agent. Why? Because think about it. If you're the buyer and the real estate agent is saying, no, you should really get this house, the lender's relationship is with the real estate agent. The real estate agent's telling the lender, they should really get this house. They need to get this house. You need to get them to get this house. Those conversations happen, guys, okay? Before I was Consumer Direct, I worked with real estate agents. Look, there are some in the country that are amazing. There are a lot that are terrible. And a real estate agent will confirm that. It's not like, sometimes people go, oh, you're so mean to real estate agents. No, I'm not. I love a good real estate agent, just like I love a good lender. I despise bad real estate agents and I despise bad lenders. It is equal opportunity for my dislike. So if the real estate agent gives this lender, we're going to call him Bob because you guys know I name everyone Bob. If this real estate agent gives Bob 5 loans a month and Bob only does 6 loans a month, and this real estate agent is saying, you need to get them to buy that house, well, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think Bob's suddenly going to go, no? Bob's going to call you and try to talk you into getting that house. It's that simple. It is that simple. Guys, it is a tale as old as time in lending. And look, I'm hoping it changes. I'm part of the newer movement where we're trying to get to you guys before you have a real estate agent. And the reason we're trying to get to you before you have a real estate agent is a couple reasons. Number one, it's the first step of buying a house is to get pre-approved. It makes the most sense. Number 2, we want you educated and empowered. And number 3, we want to make sure that the real estate agent you're working with ultimately is good. Yep, totally. Because from our perspective, as a lender, working with bad real estate agents is terrible. It's truly terrible. Like, I wish it's illegal to record people when they talk, but I wish it wasn't because some of the stuff I hear, you guys would fall over, okay? Now look, there are lenders that work with real estate agents and are still going to do what is in your best interest. So I don't want you to think just because the realtor referred them, they're going to, definitely not help you. But I do want you to understand, and I want you to think about the psychology of these relationships and ultimately what you want, right? We tell every buyer, we work for you. I do not work for the buying agent. I do not work for the listing agent. Do I have real estate agents that send me business? Yes. Do they understand that I am always going to do what is best for you, regardless of these two? Yeah, that's why they send business to me, because they like having a neutral third party that they know is always going to be thinking about what is best for this client long term, not what is best for my paycheck, because you run into that with lenders too. If they're struggling, they may be pushing a deal to close that shouldn't close because they need the money. Okay? Because of the volume I do, that is not a consideration. I would never close a deal for a paycheck. No. But look, that is a problem in our industry, especially right now. It's been the Hunger Games for lenders and real estate agents for the last 2 years. So we're definitely seeing more behavior where buyers are being put into positions that they shouldn't. You know, I saw a contract recently where they had the buyer waive the appraisal, contingencies, and I was looking at the property and I was like, this place is a dump. This is going to be a $400,000 remodel. Like, it had a well, it had a septic, it had sheds falling down, part of the house was falling down, and the buyer's like, oh no, the realtor said it would be like $20,000 to fix. Okay? Yeah. And I'm like, can you get out of this? And they're like, well, they said I can't get out of it. You know, I did everything as is. And like, you know, we talked to them and they ended up getting out of it. But like, was that real estate agents, was that offer in the buyer's best interest? No. I mean, I'm sorry. If you're buying a house with a well and septic and a real estate agent's telling you to waive your inspections, that is never in your best interest. So, side note. Okay, back to the lenders and who they work for. So, what is another thing to be concerned about? Is the lender going to sell you out to the listing agent? Yeah, that happens every day as well. So what does that mean? Okay, it is not uncommon. Let's say you write an offer. We'll talk to listing agents. Usually I'm going to say, hey, you know, I want to tell you about XYZ, their credit's great, or their debt to income's low, or look, they're fully underwritten. Let's just close this. Let's call it a day. Here's some information about myself and my team. The reason why I'm always talking about myself and my team, it's not because I want their business. It's because I want them to know that they're going to get paid. Right? It's kind of like, hey, the professionals are in the room, we're all good, right? And the issue that as a buyer you can sometimes have is if you're working with a lender that is trying to grow their business, one of the ways lenders are told to grow their business is to approach the listing agent, right? And, you know, in theory, you're supposed to do that after closing and say, hey, look, you know, I hope this transaction was great for you. We closed an XYZ. We'd love to do your business. But there's a lot of mortgage lenders that don't even understand that the information they can give to a listing agent can harm you. So let me give you 2 examples. Listing agents love to call me and they love to say, well, I know they offered 410, but like the seller's not going to take 410. Can they do 430? Okay. Now look, a lender who hasn't been doing this for a long time might go, oh, they can do, yeah, sure, they can do 430. Yeah, let's get them the house. What? As a lender who's done this for a long time, my response to that is, look, the buyers are very well qualified, but as you know, I cannot negotiate on their behalf and I cannot give out any further information. Please speak with the buyer's agent about any questions regarding price. Yeah, here's why. If I say, oh, don't worry about it, creepy listing agent, they can do 500. They're going to counter you at a higher price. I am giving them ammunition to use against you. Why would I do that? That is stupid. But look, most people don't think like that. They think, oh my God, the listing agent's calling. She's a big agent. Oh, Becky, yeah, they're really good. I can totally get them to 430. Oh my God, can we do a coffee? Can we do it? Ugh, right? It just hurts you. It just hurts you. Okay, what's another question that listing agents love to ask lenders? Well, you know, they offer this and the price is fine, but like if it doesn't appraise, you know they're going to have to bridge that gap, right? What they're trying to get out of me with that is they're trying to get out, can you afford to pay more than the actual price if it appraises low? Okay, to which once again, I respond, Becky, you know I can't advise on the buyer's assets. I can tell you they're very well qualified for the offer they have presented. If you want to talk about appraisal gaps or anything else, once again, I suggest you speak with the buyer's agent, right? I don't want her to know that you can pay more unless you want to pay more, because otherwise what happens is if that appraisal comes in low, right? She already knows you've got money to bridge it. So if you go for a price reduction, the seller's going to say no because they know you can pay it. That is the thing. That is why I don't give out DU findings. I have another video on that. That is why it's so imperative that you have a lender that's working for you. Once again, for you. Because once again, let's go to the baby agent or the agent that's trying to grow their business with this big selling agent, Becky. Appraisal gap. Yeah, like, I mean, it's up to them, but like they totally have the money, Becky. Can we get that coffee? Right? I know that was a terrible impersonation of this poor lender, but it could be very accurate. Time will tell. It happens every day, guys. That's the key. It happens every day. So when you guys are selecting a lender, yes, you need an expert. We did a brutal truth about this. Yeah, you need someone who's not going to rip you off. And you need someone who works for you. That's right. You select the lender, guys. The first step in buying a house, it is not going to a real estate agent. It is going to a lender. That's right. You need to know what you can afford. So start with the lender that you select that works for you. And am I saying that all real estate recommendations are trash? No, a lot of them are though, guys. A lot of them are. You know, there's a part in California where I swear to God, everyone's cousin or brother is a lender and they're getting kickbacks. It's insane. You know, there's also, I was on this Instagram and it was a realtor talking trash about lenders, and all in the comments there were realtors going, well, unless they're paying for my marketing, I'm not sending them business. Unless they're doing this, I'm not, you know, and it was, none of it was about you guys. It wasn't, there was not one comment that said, unless they're giving the client great rates and great service and protecting them, right? No, it was all like, unless they're paying for my marketing, unless they're paying for my Zillow, unless, it was just crazy. So guys, you want a lender that works for you. You know, the realtor recommendations can be great, but please find someone to be your advocate. You want a neutral third person that doesn't need that business. They don't need that business. They work for you. Okay? As always, I am licensed in 48 states, everywhere but Utah and Rhode Island. So if you guys have questions, I have my calendar open. Alyssa and Sandy, their entire job, guys, entire job is sitting there answering your questions all day long. This is free. Use it as a benefit. Even if you're thinking of buying a couple years out, talk to them now. Text me, call me. Are you dealing with this now? Do you have some lender where you're like, the realtor recommended them and they suck? Get away now. Let's break you free. Let's take you home. So as always, thanks for watching, guys. Talk soon.